The following is a podcast from a qualified senior care provider heard on the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome everyone back to Answers for Elders Radio Network. Heard on also Google, Apple, Spotify, all kinds of portals that you can find us. Just go to Answers for Elders radio show. And we are here with Tracey Harvey from Cadence Living. And Tracey and I are talking about the brand new company or community. Here we go. Going in Kent, the first one in 20 years that is geared for specifically the Kent area community, Tukwila, Des Moines area. There's all kinds of wonderful opportunities there for you to experience this amazing community that's coming in. So Tracey, tell us a little bit about Cadence in Kent. What's your community like?
Well, you just have to come see it to believe it, but we're 128 apartments, so we're 3 levels.
Nice size.
Yeah, independent living and assisted living, and which is wonderful. We have what they call a floating license when we get our license officially.
Nice.
Which would be they can age in place in the apartment they choose. We have everything from studios up to 2 bedrooms.
Nice.
The one thing about our community that's truly unique is that the modern piece of it is you're walking into high ceilings, full kitchens. Every apartment has a balcony. Every apartment has washer dryer.
Oh, nice.
Someone told me it looked like a designer kitchen, and they didn't even cook, but they loved the kitchen. So yeah, we are serving the greater southern tip here. We have
South King County area, yeah.
And I think that's really was needed is something central in Kent like this, because you're near 1 mile from Kent Station. Mm-hmm. You're near all the Sound Transit. We have just all the wonderful amenities from within. And I think that that's been the biggest secret, that people are coming in, walking in, and not realizing all that we have to offer.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I have noticed in your industry, I love that you feature independent living, because what you talked about a little bit, which I really want to emphasize, there's a lot of change in the baby boomers as they're aging. Number one, like you said, they don't want to put their kids through what they went through with their parents when they took care of their loved ones, senior loved ones. And they realized all the things that they had to do and all the things that they had to, give up, quote unquote, to do the noble thing. And so now what we're seeing, which is really interesting, and I will see, I do talk to families all across the US. We get calls all the time. And one, I think a really recurring theme is, how do I prepare? I think a lot of times, there's empty nest syndromes. Families are sitting there, a married couple is sitting there. The kids are all grown up and they're sitting in a big house. They don't even know where to begin to downsize or what to do. And they want to maybe travel, or they want to take, a trip somewhere, or they just want a place where they don't have to do maintenance anymore. And they just want to have an enjoyable life. And I think independent living, to be able to come into a community like yours that can be with you throughout the rest of your life. Or the other side of it is, maybe husband needs assisted living, but wife is still independent. You have the financial ability to be able to be together and to stay together in that function. And still both of you have the proper, amenities that you need. Like maybe wife is much more sociable and wants to be involved in a lot more activities, where maybe husband is like going, I just want to have my TV set, and I have, maybe I'll come down and do the happy hour, once a week or whatever, but you have your choice. You're not forced to do anything. And that's the beauty of a community like yours.
Yes, you are exactly right. You just described my 2 tours yesterday.
Well, there you go. I
Yeah,
think
they it's a
families.
choice. It's a real choice. And a real life example is when you start weighing in the when the husband can't do all the yard work anymore. If you're having someone come in and help you with laundry and doing cleaning once a week and getting Uber Eats every day, that adds up. And so one of the
It
families I was
does.
working with said they added it all up and realized they'd be saving money if they came to our community because all of
Absolutely.
those things are included. The housekeeping, 3 meals a day, if you come to a community like a Cadence Living
Mhm.
community. So I think everyone should just take it upon themselves to at least take the look, to attend
Mhm.
an event or see what it's all about. Because when they actually did the math, they're like, I would be saving money and it's a perfect time to sell my house. Why wouldn't I do this?
Exactly. And as we're coming up, this is really, we're getting into what we call high season in the
Yeah.
industry of people getting ready to sell their house. They're putting their house on the market. And of course, we're doing a lot of different types of situations in that area. And by the way, we just did an interview, I think last week, with Sash, who's also based
Oh, yeah.
in Kent, and Rebecca Bowman. And she talks a lot about now, there's so many phone calls coming in to them right now of how do I begin this process? And so, that's what we're really thrilled about working with communities like yours is the fact that, our experts, number one, are the cream of the crop, just like you. And number two is they help each other. So certainly, a side note, I want to connect you with Rebecca. I'm sure you
Yeah, I
probably
think I
know
know,
her.
Rebecca. And downsizing is critical because you have
It
to have that
is.
in your mind. And I think that's honestly the theme I've been seeing, though. The downsizing has been harder on the adult children
It
than it
is.
is on the parents. And it's very interesting because that sentimental, you hold on to the sentimental value of things. And so there's tips and tricks that,
Hmm.
folks like Rebecca and, we have that we can provide them because it helps. You have to take it in small bites and small
Exactly.
pieces. You can't do it all in a day.
Right.
But yeah, you definitely have tips and tricks that are from the
Yeah.
experts, which
And
is
I think the other thing is that when you're talking about families, it's harder on them because number one, it's their past and it's hard to let go of that house they grew up in. But it's the other side of it is you want to honor your loved ones. So there's a time when if mom or dad are needing to downsize, it's like having those conversations, learning to kind of say what's most important to you and learning to have those difficult conversations that somebody like you guys can help
yeah,
facilitate with working with organizations like SAS or other types of placement advisors or things like that. And I think that's one of the key things that I'm thrilled about in what we do with Answers for Elders is helping families get to that point and
yeah,
helping the educational side of the process of making sure that as you're making those choices, it's like what you're dealing with. I think one of the things that's really the scariest part is the fear of the unknown. People don't necessarily know what they're going into. So to go in and just now is the time for families to say, let's just go take a look. Mom and dad aren't ready yet, but let's walk into Cadence Living in Kent if you're in the Kent area and just see what's available to you because that helps you understand how you can help most easily your loved one when the time comes. And of course the independent living side is so great because you can have your own apartment, you don't have to pay for assisted living. You can still go down and have meals that are prepared for you, which is great, and you have your option also to cook in your apartment as well, so that's really nice.
absolutely. You are right on there.
Yeah. So Tracey, as far as your process, you've got, like you said, 128 apartments. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And what kind of are you doing meal service? Tell us a little bit about your dining opportunities.
Well, we call it Encore Dining, but it really is a chef-prepared meal. We are very proud of our chef here at all of our Cadence communities, but here at Cadence
Nice.
especially, Chef Ray. We're going to be having our Founders Club in soon, and they'll be able to experience some of the food that she's prepared for them. But
Nice.
we have everything on the anytime dining, and when we say anytime dining, that you're coming
That's
in at
great.
any hour if you want something. But we also have a bistro. You can order off the menu, or you don't have to order on the menu. You can go to the bistro and get a sandwich, a pizza, a piece of pizza, a drink, any beverage you'd like. So that's what we this is going to be their home. And so we want things to be available to them,
Sure.
at all hours that they need it.
So you don't have to come down at a specified time for breakfast. And if you don't make it in time, then you're out of luck. That it doesn't happen there. If you wanted to order a poached egg at 3:00 in the afternoon, you could order it, right?
You could order it. Yes,
That's
is our
awesome.
intent. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, and obviously for those that have special dietary requirements, how do you work with that?
Well, we do a complete, that's part of the Cadence way too. We have a complete, when they come into any community, right? We really want to get to know our resident. And so those will be specified at the time that they move in with us. And it'll be something that we go through with the dietary, the chef herself and her team. So she's very well of any allergies, if they need gluten-free, and all those kind of special diets. Yes.
That's awesome. And so, and as far as the senior wellness programs, you have a lot of fitness programs, different types of activities that you do. I'm sure you do, given that you're involved in this.
Well, we're very proud of our signature programs. They're proprietary to Cadence. So we call them In Tune Fitness. We have Aria Arts, Cadence Choir, just to name a few. So
awesome.
They're always, again, getting to know what the interests of the residents are. And they're very going to be driven towards their interests, not by what our team identifies what the interest should be. So oftentimes you go into a location and that's what happens, but we're going to be really doing these needs analysis quite regularly and quarterly. Hope to be able to provide insights. We have tools that we use too, and technology we use to help track the progress and participation of the residents as well.
So Tracey, how do we reach you?
Well, you reach me by contacting our phone number, and we'll put it up at the show after the show. Can we do that? Yep,
we can do that. Yeah. But you are located where? Where in Kent?
Oh, in Kent. We're right off of what folks used to be called, it's 104th Avenue, but I guess in the old days, or I'm told that it was Benson Road. So everyone knows it by Benson Road.
Yeah.
In
That's
Benson Road.
Awesome. And you have a move-in special, do you not?
We do. Well, we have a Founders Day Club membership. And so really you're paying 11 months. You get 2 years of your birthday month for free.
Nice.
And our studio pricing starts at $3,150. So that's very much
nice.
a deal.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about Cadence Living the rest of this hour, and all of our listeners. Tracey and I will be right back right after this.
Answers for Elders radio show with Suzanne Newman hopes you found this podcast useful in your journey of navigating senior care. Check out more podcasts like this to help you find qualified senior care experts in areas of financial, legal, health and wellness, and living options. Learn about our radio show, receive promotional discounts, and meet our experts by clicking on the banner to join the Senior Advocate Network at AnswersForEldersRadio.com. Now there is one place to find the Answers for Elders.